What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Hey, man, we are excited to be back, man, with it happening over again, man. Y'all know how we've been doing. And we're going to do a lot of exciting things at this nighttime. I'm glad people already started checking in, but we're going back to the way it used to be, man. We used to go back to playing this good old music and getting all that stuff going on. But what I want y'all to do right now, oh, it's not just Stevie. Lord, what's happening? Big shout out to Stevie. But y'all coming up in the room, man, obviously y'all got a little time on your hand because it is getting to the evening time. And that's what we want to do, man. It's going to be a little different this time around. So go ahead and share it, like it with your people. I'm seeing them coming up in the room. Mike Burgess up in here. What's going on? Ham Fine Foods is up in here. Cynthia Jones, look here, man. We got a lot to talk about, a lot going on. We are happy about it. My queen is up in the room. Didn't she do such a wonderful job this morning? For those of y'all who checked into the daily grind this morning, thank you for all that she does, man. As well as we got some more stuff happening with the focus fashion. Yeah, we trying to get all this thing going on, man. But we rolling, y'all. Y'all back up in here, man. So we're excited about it. We got a lot to talk about, man. 45-degree angle, man. We really want to keep that as part of our what we do for the daily grind, man. 45-degree angle. For those of you who don't know, I just recently turned 45. That's right. I just recently turned 45, and I got a whole new way that we're going about things. One thing when I was in the military, I learned about angles and stuff, man. Definitely working with, the directions on an azimuth, man. So it's real funny. About 45 degrees is half of a 90-degree angle. 90-degree angle being a right angle, as we so call it. But it's really going, a whole different direction, going to the right or whatever. But 45 is more for ascension. When you start thinking about ascension, you start looking at trajectory of flight, and that was the one thing when I was in the military that I became abreast of, man, is being able to control aircraft. And when you're controlling aircraft and you're getting up there to a place of getting flight, man, you want to be able to make the best way through the air. And so if you're at a 45-degree angle, that's the optimal thing, because now you got just as much over top of you trying to push down as much of the dragging stuff underneath you. So if you're heading that way, you're pulling some good stuff, man. Oh, they checking in. Big shouts out to homie Rick Gravely up in here. The homie Puff Casey up in here, man. We got some stuff to talk to y'all about what's going on this summer too, man. So just go ahead and relax, man. Because you know what? This is what I will say. This ride is going to be a lot different than before, because I am and I have to be politically correct, because I do know my space in the fabric of what's going on out here. I'm more than just Tommy Page now. We do put ourselves in a space to be a public figure. However, after 10:45, all your kids should be to bed. They should be up there, and they shouldn't be listening to what I got to say. The grown folks gonna be able to chime in and talk about it, man. And we really excited of who's coming here to talk to us tonight, man. This brother always got some great stuff to go in. Yeah, I know y'all see me fumbling with my headsets and things like that. First night, man. But who's up in the room? Kiana feels good after me. Good. I don't want to say good night, but what's our new saying we're gonna have for the nighttime? What's our new saying we're gonna have for the nighttime? Because you can't say good night, because if y'all go to sleep on me while I'm talking, then I'm gonna be a little frustrated. I'm gonna feel some type of way. We don't want to do that. But man, make sure that y'all do check out, man, the NFB TV VA. That is our way of showing that we can do it ourselves. Yeah, we can do it ourselves. We can get out here and find our own space, get our audience, the things that we want to see happen, the things that we want to see get accomplished. We can do them. No more, like as T.I. said, no more begging for ish, we can get ourselves. And y'all will be hearing me reference a lot of the big homies in music, man, because that's the reason for this platform. This platform is to let people know that the little old Star City, man, the little old Star City does have some stuff going on, and it can be reached all around the world. When we broadcast, unlike some of our competitors who can only tap the local market at their time, when we broadcast to the world right at the time it's happening, and we're excited about that. And oh, by the way, if they come with a night show with a black guy with dreads, then y'all might believe that they watching what we doing and mirroring it. I'm about to get in trouble already. Yeah, but if they do, like if y'all see one of the local shows around here, networks, get another black guy doing late night talk that ain't me, y'all might believe that the stuff we doing, they like. I mean, I'm just saying, check the resume. We came here. This is what we are happy about. We came here in 2013. 2013, we arrived right here in the Lawson building, man, and came with an idea to do a black-owned, minority-owned radio station. Something that really wasn't all that prevalent. Of course, we had WTOY and things like we've been doing for years, and we blessed them, thank them for doing that thing. But we came here, started playing hip-hop and R&B, and then we started noticing a lot of the other stations that was around here started upping up their hip-hop and R&B. Could have been a quinky dink. It could have been a quinky dink. You know, hip-hop and R&B was really starting to do things. So, in the same time, because we're always evolving, we always going to the next level with things. So, from that radio station, we birthed to now put that into print and digital so it can be seen, read upon, which we launched in 2014, the Focus magazine. Couple years later, you start seeing urban publications and stuff coming around and things like that. With things like that, yet another possible quinky dink. But when 2 years ago we started and came to this platform and started going to a live produced show that was highlighting, community things and stuff like that, and we started seeing on network television, I was like, oh, I know we right where we need to be. So now, for real, if y'all see any of these networks come out with a black guy with dreads talking stuff, y'all know where they got it from, man. All up in the room, Chris Melly up in here, Christine Burks, how are you? Let me go ahead and do some house rules up in here, man. I definitely want you to chime in because we trying to fix it here, man. It's my belief that together everyone achieves more. And the whole reason why we do this, I talk trash or whatever like that, but the reason why we do this is to uplift our community, as well as, oh Lord, we got all kind of stuff. Carter, you leaving me out here today, man. Carter, you got me doing my bottom thirds and all that stuff like that. But that one does work. That's right. Go ahead and hit us up on Twitter. But right now, man, do me a favor and like this thing. Like it. And share, man, so that we can get some more people involved with this, man. Thank y'all, like I said, to come up here. We're going to go into the midnight, which means if you do have, if you're watching me on your computer or whatever like that, you got another device, man, you go ahead and play that Focus Radio app. We got some great music going on with that. But, yeah, some great conversations, man, to do our best to see what we can do to change. I don't want to keep talking about what's going on. That's the whole reason why we just came and put the foot to the plow, because everybody keeps saying what could be and what should be. How about let's just go ahead, my man Tank say, let's do it now. Chris Ham, what's going on, brother? AIDS, Stevie is up in here. I just did one of your bottom thirds. Good evening to you guys. Tonight, man, I want to establish the reason that we have continued to bring the idea that you can do it yourself. A lot of people speak about the obstacles. And, oh, by the way, and it's funny that Stevie would come up in the room. I always refer to, I remember the first 3 years of us being in business that we even, recognize it as being such that Focus really, the acronym really more so had the emphasis on fight obstacles, continue to success every day. But then we started learning, man, when you start talking about that, that's what's going to come at you. That's what's going to happen. So we changed that, man, to find opportunity, still continue to success, and evolve daily, man. And from that, we getting somewhere. I love what we're seeing in the city, seeing so much activity already getting ready for the summer, man. And, of course, we got one coming at you, man. T-Boy, of course, I got some great news to announce. I won't say it yet, but I will say that I'm happy that we've been asking you guys what you want, because if what you want coincides with what we're putting together, we feel like that, man, we should be able to break some change and do some stuff. There was a question asked about what go-go band you would want to see here. And I won't reveal them right now, but what I will say is that one of those bands that somebody said on my timeline about who they like to see here in Roanoke, August 3rd, they'll be here in the Gainesville area. That's what I'll say. More information to come with that, man. Go ahead and learn about T-Boy by going to takebackouryard.org. And that's going to be a great thing, man. Our desire is that we've been fortunate to keep on pressing at this thing, that we felt comfortable, that it may not be a whole bunch for a business, but we don't have as many people up in here, and our business is different where we don't have to take a whole bunch of overhead. But we've been comfortable reporting to the IRS and to the city and everyone and paying our taxes of staying above $100,000 in business. I won't say how far above that because it's actually a little bit, but I feel good about that. But now the idea, if we can get 9 other businesses doing that, 10 businesses at $100,000, we got $1 million worth of business operating right here out of what a lot of people have forgot. So we're going to need your help. We're going to talk more about that coming up. But in the meantime, all you're going to have to do is just help out by showing love. And we're going to have love tonight. So, man, we're going to take a quick break and go to commercial. But when I get back, we're going to start going into this thing, man, to work it out, let you know some of the hot topics that's going on out there. And like I said, I got a brother that's really going to you're going to really want to hear what he's saying in this conversation dialogue. We're going to have so keep it locked right here on 45 Degree Angle, man. But you know it's still part of the Daily Grind Show right on Focus Radio. All right.
Apple Ridge Farm offers wonderful facilities ideal for weddings, corporate retreats, church retreats, family reunions, and even birthday parties. For a unique and unforgettable lodging experience, call or visit appleridge.org to schedule your next event at Apple Ridge today.
My revenge may be bold and outspoken. My passion bare and understated. Evidence of confusion on my lips. Regardless, it's me.
Go anywhere you want to go. Leave your transportation needs to J&K Tours of Roanoke, Virginia, and expect a hassle-free travel experience. Go anywhere you want to go. Travel without worries. Leave your transportation needs to J&K Tours of Roanoke, Virginia, and expect a hassle-free travel experience. Travels without worries. Visit us at jnktours.com or reach us by phone at 540-795-0381. J&K Tours.
Who is N. Wesley Pugsley Jr. and Associates CPA.
We are a full-service CPA firm with over 25 years experience in audit, tax, bookkeeping, payroll, including direct deposit, setting a 501c3 nonprofit status, preparing loan packages, and much more. We have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. When I started in public accounting in the early 1980s, there were no computers or fax machines. Everything was face-to-face meetings. With the advent of computers, the internet, and cloud-based software, we can communicate with any client from anywhere in the country. With our portal technology, which is similar to online banking, you just sign into our secure website, upload your tax document, you scan to your C drive, and we prepare your return.
It appears times are changing.
I call this the year of enlightenment. Many Americans are seeing the advantages of supporting community-based businesses. We are here to serve you, not just because we're a community-based firm, but because we have the experience. We know we can serve your needs.
Yeah, man, we are back. We're still just me right now, man, but we are getting heated up, getting ready to get to this conversation, man, today. Thank y'all for staying with us. Hey, look, this is the one thing I will say. I know everybody be like, nah, that's not what we got going on. I just really got to see. Let me see. Nah, I'm not even none of that. We got all kind of stuff. I'm an engineer, man. Where's my engineer, Carter? What's going on? Man, but we are excited to still be out here in this community because Roanoke, I love my Star City, and that's what we do it for, man. I put on for my Star City everywhere I go. Living in Miami, put on for the Star City. Living in Virginia Beach, put on for the Star City. Living in Charlotte, put on for the Star City. We that's not something that ever has to be challenged. But being back here and knowing that this is home and what we got going on, we got to start talking about some of the things that's real. Not hypothetical so much, y'all. Everybody keeps saying what could possibly be and what should be. Let's start talking about what is and get to a place in doing it. And I think at the nighttime, when those who maybe sleep and, whatever, like that, let them go ahead because they're going to keep on with their way. But I think some of you all who may be in this later on in the evening that be wanting something to get into, hey, we got some real conversations going on here, man. And tonight we're going to talk about what's really happening in this community for the minority community as far as the entrepreneurs. What are we doing? Are we seeing growth? Are we still stagnant? Is it still a whole bunch of, people just trying to be seen, all that. And I know a brother who really going to be able to dive into that. So we're excited to see from NWO Media, Michael McGeorge. He's going to be on here on this next segment. But right now, man, I wanted to dig a little deeper of the reason why I'm doing this now. As I said earlier, as you know, when we come on, we go out to the world right from the very beginning. So therefore, it's our desire to bring water to this area. It's our desire to bring, resources. So I'm crazy enough to say a lot of people think I just like it because I'm a fan of his music. But my desire for this show right now and everything that we're going to do to build this show more is that within 5 years of going to the nighttime, we will have done enough great things for the community and the world as a whole that the big homie Hove gonna come through him and say, hey man, I like what y'all doing. Let me go ahead and do this venture capital thing that I'm now doing as a business. Yeah, for y'all don't know that Hove has started a venture capital company. Yeah. And here y'all go. Here go that million on top of that million y'all put together. So that's the idea. And I got a whole pathway that we're going to do that. So we're going to take time throughout the time we spend together here to show how we're going to do that, because I believe in making and setting attainable goals. It's one thing to just speak things out to the atmosphere and blame everybody else for what they ain't doing or what's not happening. But it's another thing to make attainable goals, start checking off your boxes, and see stuff to get there. And strangely enough, from Roanoke, we have a lane. We have been blessed. And the one thing I'm going to do is ask y'all, I'm going to say a lot of different things that's supposed to go out to the majors. And when we say it, man, I want y'all to hashtag and send it out there, man. So, definitely want to hashtag what's going on out there to 808 Ray, man. 808 Ray, man, has made me very, very proud to be a person with a desire to do music. Who's ever loved music and stuff like that, to see that young man and know who he is and know what type of young man he is, the cloth that he comes from, and just the measure that he's doing it in. He has opened the channel for this very thing that I said to happen. I'm not going to do like we do. Hey, yo, you did a record for Hove, man. Could you put me on? No, that's not what we're doing. I'm just saying that obviously if that energy is around, that I myself should be able to put something into action that could have that same type of energy as he did. But I got to send a shout out to that young man, Grammy winner now. He was on a Grammy winning project, the Carter's album. So shout out to 808 Ray, man, for just being out there, making it happen. And oh, by the way, he's from the Star City. So look, big shouts out to him. If he can do it, some more of these young people who want to do it can do it. But the first thing y'all have to do is what you do not see Hove doing. He's not shooting up the street. He's not doing that stuff no more. They're making money from putting parties together, putting music out, and being able to do shows. So let's get and start correcting that there. We'll talk about that. I see somebody, Miss Brenda Susie Keelan says, the SCLC, Invite Focus Radio to Juneteenth. I love it in Washington Park. We will be there. Look, we'll do that. Thank you, Miss Brenda, for checking up in the room. My homie, hey, Puff, I didn't even see you say that. From a true go head, man, you're going to want to go ahead and make your plans to come. I know it's going to be hard for you coming down from Jacksonville each first Saturday of each month. But for August, brother, you want to be here. August 3rd, let me tell y'all something. You want to be in Roanoke for August 3rd. I'm going to start saying that right now. For August 3rd, you want to be here for something that has never happened before, and it's going to be beautiful, man. But, man, we're going to get to it, man. We're moving on with this. I'm thanking y'all for being up here, man, but we're really going to get deep in this conversation. 45-degree angle, man. We're going to take the good at the top and the bad at the bottom, but we're going to cut through it, man. I told you he's up in here, man, Michael McGeorge, and we're going to discuss what's happening out here in this Roanoke space and how we can do to make sure we're doing our part. So keep it locked, man. Tell somebody, and we'll be right back, all right?
Apple Ridge Farm offers wonderful facilities ideal for weddings, corporate retreats, church retreats, family reunions, and even birthday parties. For a unique and unforgettable lodging experience, call or visit appleridge.org to schedule your next event at Apple Ridge today.
Hey, we are Pretty Please on Broad, a classy and sassy ladies' boutique located in the heart of downtown Alta Vista, Virginia, and the worldwide interwebs. We focus on limited runs, unique fashion at affordable prices. Because as I like to say, no woman wants to show up to her event and did the who wore it better. We have recently added monogramming and embroidery services, and we can rock your fashion and help you personalize that, either for your own personal items or for your small business. We focus on big city fashions, so we look at fashion from LA, from New Orleans, as we are a New Orleans inspired boutique, and we really try to focus on bringing in big city fashion without the big city price tag. So give us a call or shop us online at prettypleaseonbroad.com. Our number is 704-281-8748, and make sure to like us on Facebook and Instagram. See you at Pretty Please on Broad, located at 615 Broad Street, downtown Alta Vista, Virginia.
It's all in me. Yeah, I can be every woman.
Faith for a Cure has a fourfold mission rooted in the cure. We care about the cause. We unite people with people. We partner with researchers in order to provide the most current information for persons living with sickle cell anemia in order to educate and spread awareness about this disease. Learn more about sickle cell anemia at www.faithforacure.org.
I'm mad because every day when I wake up, I got an opportunity to affect somebody's life in a positive way. Not drag people down like crabs in a bucket, but help somebody uplift themselves. And I'm mad because I'm here to make a change. That's why I rap to change.
Yeah, man, we are back, man. This is being fun. This is a lot of fun. And it's about to get funner because we got him up in here, man, the big homie Mike McGeorge. What's going on with you, brother?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Yeah, that's how you gonna do. Come on, close to the mic, man. We're gonna need you.
How you doing, bro?
Hey, man, I'm happy to be still walking upon this plane that we call Earth, man. And I'm really excited about what's happening up here in the city. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this a little bit closer to me, man, to make sure that we can talk about it. But brother, it's actually kind of surreal because I posted that memory of having the conversation and stuff like that. And like now the time would be that on me going to the evening, man, that you will be my first guest. So brother, appreciate you stopping through, man.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate the invite and you know what I'm saying, the post as well. It brought back a lot of memories, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
And everything like that. And like I said, congratulations on what y'all been doing and progressing and everything, you know what I'm saying? Congratulations on that.
Oh, man. No, that's the same thing with you, man. I see you still out here getting it in, doing things, and very present in the fabric of what's going on. So it only makes sense to me that we would kind of ask you of, and I'm going to get this thing right, y'all. Hold on, because we want to make sure we get my man up in here and get all fancy and stuff like that. We will get fancy with it here, as eventually we are. But in the meantime, yeah, man, you being present, working, grinding, seeing what's going on, man. I really want to talk to everybody and see what's going on about how we feel Roanoke is right now, man. So, kind of diving into it. We'll pull back. For those who don't know, tell a little bit about your business, what you do, and then we're going to go into that.
Exactly. Man. Well, again, my name is Michael McGeorge. I'm a graphic designer. I've been designing flyers, business cards for roughly about 22 years now. I can do anything from flyers, business cards, logos, signage, etc. So I've did a lot of things for people locally here in Roanoke, of course. And as far as Roanoke goes, I think Roanoke is doing great. You know what I'm saying? Roanoke is definitely coming up. Everybody's, you know what I'm saying, business is doing great. I mean, Roanoke is doing good. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you feel so you have. Come on, let me just keep it real.
As far as like, be specific. Like, as what do you mean as far as like?
So I see sometimes
like
with
economically or
violence.
You talking about business.
Let's talk economically right now. We can get a little bit on all of them, but right now let's just talk about as far as where everybody's standing. As far as economically, where we look at when we talking about, are we making change? Because a lot of people didn't put business together. People are saying more present. Do you think we are making a presence? Speaking of the minority community, our community.
Yeah, like
are we real? Are we now making a dent? Are we still got a long way to go? What you think?
I can say we are within our own community, just like you said. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as expanding out, I don't think our people really have, like, say for example, the other side of the community don't really know about the businesses that are flourishing and or coming up. You know what I'm saying? In our side of the town, in Northwest area, for example. So say if there was 2 or 3 businesses that were coming up, I mean, most people on the opposite side of the town really don't know about it.
Okay.
But then at the same time, we always hear that same cliche, I guess, saying about that we don't support our own people. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of true to a certain extent. But then you still want to reach out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? You still want to have a business where you're getting every type of business coming in there. You understand what I'm saying? Versus just saying, I only cater to black people. I only need black clients. I only need black patrons, etc., etc. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then I look
So
at that.
so you feel right now that the business owners that are kind of out here right now, or basically from the minority community, that's pretty much have been their target? I mean, I'm just trying to be clear. I know it's kind of shotgun because I just want to have a genuine conversation.
Yeah, just general. I mean,
so you're saying that we're not catering to a broader audience, or
not
that
catering, not being exposed, put it that way. You know what I'm saying? Like exposed to a broader audience. Say, for example, say on Facebook.
Okay.
And I'm just using this to, you know what I'm saying? As,
most definitely, it's a conversation.
as just hypothetical or whatever, or even just in my observation. All right. Say, for example, your friends list, my friends list. I'm black, you're black.
Okay.
Correct?
Yeah.
So if I were to go on your friends list and look, the minority on your friends list would probably be the opposite race.
Okay.
To a certain extent, right? So say when you do post your new business, there's a small percentage of that race or that other that sees that. And then when you go on their page, it's the opposite. You get what I'm saying? So say, for example, your white friends might have 75% white friends, and your mutuals might be 2 or 3 black friends. So when they post things, the majority of their white friends see it, versus just like us, when we post things, all the black people see it. So it's kind of like say, for example, something go down in the hood, and you see it on Facebook, I see it on Facebook, but someone across town in Vinton that I might want to see my business I'm not friends with didn't get to see that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe because I didn't spend any money on advertising as far as, you know what I'm saying, radio, TV, old ways of media, new ways of media. I guess it's just getting that exposure out to everybody. Say, for example, like commercials on TV. Everybody know Rick Wizard Honda, stuff like that. Getting that name and that brand out there in that sense.
Well, I guess that's where I guess I'm a little confused of what you're saying with that part, because if now those networks are mainly owned by what we would say, we saying, because what I'm hearing from it, I just want to make sure I'm not like confusing you.
Yeah,
is that everyone does the mainstream, but only black people do what's the or the other. I guess
people do only say media, for example, because I guess in the essence that either is or isn't the case. But if you do look on TV, which is say the old ways of marketing, TV, newspaper, radio, etc., you don't see a lot of that or us on that. You know what I'm saying? Like we use the social media platform, but I think that's where it stops at. You get what I'm saying? And then majority of your friends aren't the ones that you really want. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, your friends and family really don't support you to a certain extent to keep you supported. You know what I'm saying? Like to keep you afloat. So that way you have to advertise yourself to multiple, you know what I'm saying? Multiple
different
diversities, different, you know what I'm saying? Tax brackets, etc.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I get that. It just, I guess, because I'm thinking about Dave Chappelle. Again, there go another name we put out there. That Dave Chappelle, we want him to go ahead and holler at us too. We're like, because he definitely put, after being, I think, mishandled by a network that we would say did not treat him fairly, possibly race type of thing. Who knows? We went through all those things like that. To now be pulled out from with a Netflix to give him more than what he lost. And he put out a lot of great information in these stand-ups.
Yeah.
And I think that we have kind of went to a different space where it used to be that all the control was on the other side and that we needed to go over there. But I think that we are having just as much penetration by social media, whether people like it or not, is probably the highest generator of new leads and new sales and stuff.
Yeah, it definitely is.
And getting more business going. So I like the thought, but I think that sometimes also gets us thinking that we still got to go elsewhere in order to gain an audience when there's possibility to still organically grow from what's already in our space.
Which is true, but then you got to think like, all right, to create that audience, is whoever's creating that audience, is they doing it solely, or are they wanting to do it collectively? You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So say if one entity wanted to go out there and create this one source and be in control of it, does that source have an audience? Say, for example, if a person posts, say you're doing an event, and Facebook and social media gives you, like you said, the analytics, and it shows you if you're getting good responses or if you have an audience, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like when I was mentioning about views you get on fights versus views you get on anything else that people, whether it's business, grand openings, or anything like that.
But will a network television show, network TV station, which is still a centralized place, would they post local fights and stuff like that?
I'm not talking about as far as like, I'm just.
So how could we? I'm just trying to see how would we be able to gauge that?
It's the same way, I guess, with Empire. They gauge you with drama. You know what I'm saying? That's what reels you in, and it's crazy because when a business say posts that we're about to open a new business, etc., and it might be a short video, it might be a flyer, there's no shares, but then if it's something that isn't pertain to people's growth within the community, it doesn't get that type of attention.
Yeah.
Whether it be a community picnic, whether it be a community church event, it doesn't get that much attention as something that has or might have drama attached to it. Just like the old cliche saying, sex sells. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like now everything that I guess is quote unquote bad sells. Not to say that you have to stream over into that, but then you still have to have an audience first.
Mm-hmm.
So say, for example, you have to, what do you think an audience is, number-wise?
What do I think an audience is number-wise?
Number-wise.
I know
not like hypothetically just to be
I'm going to answer your question. I'm going to answer your question.
Yeah.
Because what I've learned is over, like, especially 10 years, 20 plus years of being in the music business, I remember a book that the gentleman wrote, 1,000 fans, get true, 100 true, 1,000 true fans.
Yeah.
And so 1,000 true fans can be a very strong audience. 1,000 true fans can be a very strong audience.
Fans, not friends.
No,
So
fans.
You can have 1,000 friends on your list.
That's your audience. Whether it be
That's your
friends
audience,
or fans, it's still your
but
audience.
then when you when you
No, hold on. Hear me what I'm saying. Hold on. Because I want to make sure I'm answering your question you asked
Yeah.
me. I said, if you have 1,000 true fans, which that means they may be your friends or they may be somebody who just checks in to the things that you do. Because this is what 1,000 true fans are going to do. 1,000 true fans, if you ask them for it, they will give you $10 a month for whatever you're doing, whether you might have an event or something like that. So at the end of the year, and that's what it was based on. It was based off artists at the time we were still doing CD music. So if you got 1,000 true fans and you go, which that's 12 cities. If you take 1,000 true fans, could be 12 cities, 87 people in each one of those.
Yeah.
That you can show up as an artist and go to a venue, have 87 people show up, and now if they do that $10, that's now, and you did that each month.
Yeah.
At the end of the year, you yourself have made $120,000, and that's a legitimate life from 1,000 true fans. So I'm not basing on just saying I got numbers and people may be looking at it. I'm saying what your question was, what's an audience? And an audience, 1,000 true fans of what you're doing will sustain any business and can only multiply.
Yeah, that's true. But then, like I said, the social media gives you the numbers to show whether you have those fans or not. You know what I'm saying? So say if you got 1,000 friends, that don't mean 1,000 people are gonna rock with you. So if you do an event and you only get 3 likes, that means you only got 3 fans out of your 1,000 people.
Not necessarily. I disagree with that. Only reason why I disagree with that because you have people who will still see it, and that's all you really need from advertising is impression. Without because now they don't want to be the one to say they was attached to it and not like what we might call hater, but the impression was still left. Now, whether they liked it and showed that because a lot of people I don't think are doing it to be liked. A lot of people are doing it for the numbers if you're in business. And so, because what I know, like from what we've done, we have used that 1,000 fan system to stay in business for 6 years independently without having to work for anybody else and do those things, which we see a lot of other people are able to actually do it. So, and it's not the challenge. I'm glad
yeah,
we're having
I'm
this
saying,
dialogue
definitely.
because I think a lot of times what we've done, and that's why it was kind of interesting to see so many people ready to run to when someone starts a network show or someone out there on a network, and why it's so confusing to me because we'll be the same ones to say that we need to stick together and how we need to build our own. But we'll say in order to build our own, we need to go somewhere else and give them money because none of those people are letting you really get on without some type of investment. And they might let you come on there and sing and dance, but if you're going to put a commercial on there.
Is proven in statistics.
And what statistics, though? What statistics? Are you talking about local statistics?
Yeah, like local statistics, meaning since I was born, this platform has existed when my parents were, before they, you know what I'm saying? Like, say, for example, I ain't gonna drop no names, but the 3 local channels that we have, you know what I'm saying? Like, they existed well before we existed. And
but are they doing, but let me ask you, do you think the 3 local channels, because now there's a 4th one.
Yeah.
Do you think the 3 local channels are existing in the space that social media is doing right? Do you think they are? Do you think
doing both? They touching all platforms though.
Man, and this is what I say as one who's in business. As one who's in business, let me tell you the truth, honest with that. They are supported by being attached to major affiliates in the bigger space. But to say that the local channels are the way that is sparking and motivating actual the actual sale and movement of business here, I think that's the thought that everybody is still on when that's truly not what's really happening. Because really, we know that Roanoke to be a tourist town. So if Roanoke is a tourist town, if now people coming out from somewhere else, they're not going to rely on the 3 local channels to let them know what's going on or what's happening. So therefore, if people in here, and we know I know I've been living here long enough to know that people locally just don't do a whole bunch of nothing anyway. So the thing you're going to be selling straight to people locally as the biggest thing and hoping that they're still just looking at those 3 channels instead of on social media or on their apps. I think that's the biggest misconception, especially we have now fallen victim to.
Yeah, but then you got to think too, if this is a tourist town and there's tourists coming here, who knows of whoever is doing whatever business without, like when you go to a hotel, 9 times out of 10 there's a public access channel there, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. People might scroll through that. See, certain people do certain things that still work, you know what I'm saying? So it's almost like you got to cover all those platforms.
I will say I'm gonna cut you off.
I'm just saying that they work for other people's events because they've been doing it consistently. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's big events at the Civic Center, like look at that turnout at the Civic Center. That country,
what turnout for who? What
the country, whatever that.
But I think that's hard. I think that's hard to even really measure because.
But how can you base that off of the artist, or you base that off of the support of the people that the artists support? You get what I'm saying? Like,
no, I'm basing it off of if by now we have not understood that every culture besides ours to a certain extent has almost an innate type ability to be able to know the value of making sure they come out. Because this is why I say that. I'm pretty sure nobody this weekend for 17th, the St. Patrick's Day
parade, or just in general,
came from. I don't even think it was nobody at the parade because everybody was on all the festivities that was going on. They had blocked off downtown Roanoke that had now basically a festival type deal where there was tents and everything. Thousands of people there just knowing to be there for that. Had nothing to do with which I think comes from my community, who's actually throwing it or what's actually going on. Yeah. And so to say that a network or anything else drove that type of activity, I think is hypothetical. I don't think that's, and the reason why I say that as one who now uses the channels we use, because I know people who let me remember what I'm saying. When people who come from out of town that go to different establishments, whether it be 2 or 3, and they say, I heard of this because of your show. I know good and well they wouldn't have got, because those same businesses that we advertise are not on those networks because they don't have the budgets to be on those networks. And now when we have more people who start getting in that and drive that, we have the means of really keeping it in there. Because you get, in my opinion, you get lost if you keep the same system going where you think that the only way to be seen, because I have 5,000 friends, but I say probably about a third of them are white. And that's so to say it's only being shown to the black thing. I know a lot of people who really, I mean, right now, but I mean, in the room, it's kind of, so I'm just, and these are good conversations. Y'all tell me what y'all think, man, because that's how we gonna fix it. We gonna fix it by you'll have a group of people saying, well, man, come on, let's do it together. And other people say, well, man, let's go over there. And so I think this is it, man. So it's good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Like I say, everybody has their own thoughts about whatever, but you know what I'm saying? Like, is that based on because say you want?
No, bro, that's based on statistics of seeing what social media has done and what our business plan and show of our 6 years of data reporting to the IRS, which I prefaced all this to say that if nobody else, I know this business has. I know this business has from the model of finding 1,000 fans of being able to get those, even if, and it seems like the collective not present out there in those things, the value of people now coming into it slowly but surely, because we know if anyone's went to any management or business classes, you know there's a curve. There's a curve that tips where you get to about 15% of market share. And to say you're going to accomplish 15% of market share of Roanoke when it's only 30% black in the first place. And now you run all that to now say that the means of doing this is only going to be through those traditional methods without, when knowing that there's kind of a lock there. We've been fortunate to now show that our market share has steadily increased each year from now making sure we stay true to what we do and not run elsewhere. So, but
how do you reciprocate that to the people that
so the businesses that we come in? I'm glad you asked that. So then we know it. So because the other businesses who have taken our stuff and stayed with us instead of ready to run, they have seen steady increase in this. And I tell them that if they see that, if you get your number, especially if now 10 businesses, all we got to get is 10 businesses to do the number. And a lot of them, some of them at 30,000. And now that's a conversion of now coming with other businesses and do more. If you got 10 businesses coming out of this building doing $100,000, that's $1 million operating right here that now makes that very thing we say it has to happen by going somewhere else possible through these means, man. We talking about it, man. Y'all let me know what's going on, man. We got Michael McGeorge acknowledging us, giving us some stuff, man, and it's a great conversation. What y'all think, man? I mean, Mike's dropping some jewels on here today, man, about how we, and even so, I like the point he's saying of expanding your horizons, because some of us are not even willing to do that either. So, being able to have the conversation is very important.
But I mean, like I said, I'm just saying that, like, say, for example, sponsorship wise, like, if someone come to me and be like, hey, Mike, can you sponsor this? Give me $500. And I'd be like, give me a minute to check you out. And I check you out and I see that me spending $500 isn't going to be effective to my business. Then I might wait until you can show me better numbers.
Well, how is it not affected to your business? How? Because
it's not bringing me nothing back.
So, see, I think that's a big misconception. People don't even know what they're putting investment for. Because the person will sit there and say, because $500 in the scope of what you're going to spend on some of those networks, which it probably won't bring you business easy. Because guess what? Let's keep it real. That's why we do it on here. If you was to spend $500 with a major network, one, you're not going to get no real slots. You're not going to get no real slots. You won't have customer care intense people making sure that you get at least one customer and then them spend with you as well. Because what they're going to do is get yours and hope you have now got enough that somebody might say, oh, I saw him on it and I will do it. But if the traditional people are watching these networks, why would they change their thought to do business with someone new coming in there?
With someone new?
Yeah, why would they do? Let's call a spade a spade. If we saying black and white is thing.
Saying. So it's basically like I would rather go with someone that already has a platform that has been doing it. Not saying doing it for a while, but I'm just saying like is attached to a network. That's a network. That's already a platform. Say for example, if I come out with a magazine, then I would go to Roanoke Times and ask Roanoke Times, can I put this ad in here? I'm about to release this magazine throughout my neighborhood.
But if you was about to put,
because they already have a platform.
But this is what I say. But listen,
my magazine is a platform as well that might I guess go against what they have because they got a newspaper. But they
come to the mic though. You come because I want them to hear that.
I'm saying they're an established newspaper.
You do see the newspaper shut down the print, right?
Yeah, but I'm just saying though. I'm just using.
You do hold on. But that's very important. You see that the newspaper. Hear me on this. What we're saying instead of just coming on.
I got you.
They shut down the main way they made money, was by making print copies.
But they still have their internet service that still has.
Hold on, bro. Hold on.
And someone starting off with.
Hold up, brother. Hold on, stay with this. In order to do this, because we jumping past the main thing.
Yeah.
If the print was made them most of their money, and you have not heard no major layoffs. They have not optimized the online to be able to make it money.
But I thought they closed the print down. So why would they? If they close the plant down, then they would have to lay people off because there's no need to print.
Did
anymore.
they? No. This is what I'm saying.
I don't know nothing about it.
This is the thing, and this is why it's important to have conversations like this. Because right now, it's a difference between hypothetical and really.
It as, you know what I'm saying.
But if you're going to use them as an example, let's talk about the real. Because let me tell you, that's why I'm glad you used them. Because when Matt Chittum, and that's my homie, I think he might even came into the room, and I love Matt. Yeah. When Matt came to me years ago and was like, well, we got to make sure you're going to still be a story in a couple years. Mm-hmm. And then I looked and said, but our means is growing people while y'all means are dying. Because that's what's happening to everything that's traditional here. Everything traditional is being absorbed by Netflix, YouTube, all that. So what you used to go to things for, and a newspaper. When the last time somebody really used a newspaper?
True, but when the last time you know somebody that advertised on YouTube? I watch YouTube every day, and I ain't seen.
I know them use it every day because I know we got. I know.
You know what I'm saying, like those folks use that. The same folks that use those channel 10, 7, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They use YouTube. You see,
but again, you're using theoretical because this is what I'm saying. We keep up. So what? You don't watch our show because we got people. Watch this.
But I'm just saying though. I'm talking about advertisement. Like
advertisement. These are advertisements.
If I watch a YouTuber with 1 million subscribers, this YouTuber has 1 million subscribers.
Okay.
And as soon as I click on his video, NFE TV pops up on his channel. Which leads me to go to your channel.
But hold up,
that hasn't happened.
But listen, but watch this. But guess this. But the ones who do spend, I don't have to go and be excited by 1 million users. If I'm in business, and my advertisement gets me business, that's why I pay for an advertisement. Because this is what you're doing. You might theoretically think just because 1 million people saw it that they're going to automatically buy it. But a lot of times,
I'm not thinking automatically, but I'm just saying my ratio will be better than if you got
let me ask
75 people and then this platform has 1,000 people.
Well, let's keep it real then. Let's keep it real then. Who have you advertised with? Who have you advertised with?
I'm not talking about me. I'm just
talking about. Let's keep it real. Only theoretical. Who have you advertised with?
I don't advertise on TV because I'm the workload. It's just me. You know what I'm saying? It's just me. But if I'm selling food or if I'm selling a product or if anything like that, then yes, I want to be the next Applebee's or the next, you know what I'm saying? And they use those means of advertising.
Who does?
The Applebee's and the.
But you said that they already got there and they're not using those. If you see now, most of them are using social media. You see now,
they use all of them. That's what
they use all of them. But guess where they put most of their money at?
And social media, but they have followers. They have. That's what I'm saying.
I guess I'm trying to get your argument. I'm trying to get your debate. What you're saying.
So right now,
because this is what we do.
No, this is a real thing.
Because this is what we didn't do. No, what we didn't do is stay with the real. Let's stay with the real. You asked me, and I gave you a no. Hold on. When I say real, I'm talking about real life situations.
Yeah.
No, because watch this. Hold on, stop. A real life situations. I talk about new focus entertainment, and I said as new focus entertainment started out with the fellas that we have, and every client that has ever done business with us has got at least one person to do business with them. For you to say you don't advertise nowhere, hold on, and still have received business after being seen, I know on our means. So to say that it makes sense to go that way, you almost kind of your argument.
Because, like I said,
because why don't you spend on it then?
Because I
and
can't
you a businessman.
So if I spend and I'm a graphic designer, I'm the only one designing, and I got 100 things to do. There's no way I could put that on my plate.
What?
You get what I'm saying?
Huh?
There's no way.
But are you in business to be in business to win?
Yes, I'm in business to win at a comfortable rate to where I can control my shit. You know what I'm saying? Or can I cuss on here? It's 12
Yeah, you are. It's 12 o'clock. Yeah, we good. Yeah, we get this. That's what we all
But I'm just making sure because, like I said, at the same time, I'm just using it as an example. If you got a business page on social media and Instagram, and you only have come
to the mic, bro. You keep
and you only have 200 friends, what makes you think I would trust you with 200 friends to bring me enough business that my money would show?
Well, mine would be that I got a client list that shows that them doing business with us has more than business. So therefore, it may not be for you.
Yeah.
But to say that should be the overall, I think that's why a lot of our businesses are losing, because now most of ours are staying comfortable. Yes, most of our black business, our community business are staying comfortable.
But I think most of them most of the black businesses, they look like, say for example, for me, for what I charge for flyers, people always say you too expensive.
Do we pay?
No.
We don't pay you for the flyers we do?
Yeah, you do.
I was about to say, bro. I'm talking about real situations. Oh, Lord Jesus.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but most people say...
Not most, so I'm talking about... because that argument doesn't work here.
It doesn't work here, I wasn't saying you. I'm just saying just the general rule of thumb.
But that's not the general rule of thumb. That's the client base you're going to.
But I'm just saying, though, most people look at it...
Because everybody don't have no problems with us.
And I'm not saying you got to take it out of the personal space. I'm talking about black people. Yeah, I'm talking about black people.
Person.
You are, but you're...
I'm confused.
But you got to think that you're a black business wanting to get black people on your side. So that
no. Yeah, that's where you're wrong at. So that's where you're. I'm glad you said that.
So who do you want on your side?
I want whoever's going to buy my product on my side.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
No. That's not what you said.
I did.
You said I'm a black business that just wants to get black business on my side.
Because that's the argument. That's the debacle, is the fact that black people aren't coming together. Black people.
That's not my argument. My argument. I said my debate, and this is where we started. I said, are we getting where we need to get to? And since from there, this is where we went to, where I knew we were going to be. How we're not getting enough exposure and things in other markets is the reason why. And my debate and why we had this is to make sure that we open the other side, the other 45-degree angle, that most of us will speak against the very thing we say will now get us to where we want to be. Because your theory without spending any money in that space is that that's what's going to get people more business. And my study and our business shows differently. And that's not personal. That's exactly, because everything you said, like even what you said, said that black people won't normally spend your price. Every time, I've never tried to talk you down. We've never tried to do that. But listen, if I can do it, that means everybody else is everybody who's black is possible.
There's black people out there that don't cuss. There's black people out there that cuss but I'm saying you can't.
Now I'm confused. I got confused.
Because you said now you're making it seem like I'm talking directly, specifically about you as a
No,
Negro.
I'm saying you're talking about black people and I'm a black person.
Yeah, but you're not a black people. You know what I'm saying? You're not everybody. You get what I'm saying? You don't speak for every nigga that's a nigga. You don't speak for them. I'm talking about niggas that aren't you. You get what I'm saying?
I don't get what you're saying.
You pay me. Other niggas don't.
But so with white people too. But white people can do that too, though. So to say that, they could be Asian people could do that too. So to say it's just like that, I think it's kind of.
So right now, if a war went down, what side would you be on?
What do you mean?
Like black, white? If there was an actual.
So to be totally honest, as one who spent 14 years in the military, I don't know
about military.
But how could you say?
I don't do politics. And
see, that's what I'm saying. So therefore, you just saying a whole bunch of shit. So what you saying is just a whole bunch of shit how you feel. So that's what, because I'm going to answer your question.
Yeah, but
that's what I'm going to do is answer your question.
Yeah.
Because what war breaks down without a military?
I don't care. All that's bullshit.
Listen, no, you say it different. What kind of war? No, I'm answering your question. You say this is your question. Let's get back. If a war was to break out,
yeah.
What side would I be on? So therefore, you got to stop.
Yeah, what's up?
Hear me what I'm saying.
A race war.
Hold up. Even if you say the Civil War, there was two different armies that fought for two different things. So you've got to now identify, because to say that one day if a war break out, there's going to be all black people fighting against all white people.
Now, what if that was possible?
But when has that happened? Let me tell you why it happened. Let me tell you why it has happened. Let me tell you why it has happened. Let me tell you why it was happening. See, that's what we go. This is the difference. This is the difference. The difference is because I know that there's a NATO treaty in thing that can't happen, and there's enough people over here.
There's a lot of things that we
because all these things are
we can't
theoretical.
own anything. You know what I'm saying?
I love it, man.
You know
Where we at?
Like we can't. Like
man, this is a great conversation.
No, I'm just trying to figure out, like, when I say black people, I'm not talking about you. So you never let me get a chance to tell you the other side of black people.
Like,
so
I
now
don't
you're
know
ready
that.
to defend black people that aren't you when you haven't allowed me to explain who they are.
Well, let me be quiet. But go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to let you know that black people look at shit from a basic perspective. So they look at it like, okay, this guy only has fucking 200 friends.
Oh, now you're getting but we are 12, but I'm not getting too much.
Like 200 friends or whatever like that. So, and this man asked me for $200 to advertise to his 200 friends. Now, how is that beneficial to me to give this man $200 to advertise to his 200 friends?
Because this,
and he calls himself.
Do you want me to answer the question?
Yeah, I want to know.
All right,
how
so
does
this
that make more sense than to go with a company that I've seen since I was a child, NBC and that whatever the shit is. I seen that as a child, and I seen that work for the other side, the other race.
How you know?
What do you mean? You see the St. Patrick's Day thing?
What you mean?
That was an effect.
You mean
of
it?
that.
No. That's where we're saying different.
Years. It ain't like that joint. It ain't the first annual St. Patrick's Day parade.
But let me tell you this. What I will say is this: when people knew that they was having a St. Patrick's Day
event, if that was a fucking African American parade, would that shit have been deep just as well with both things? No, it wouldn't have. Exactly.
No.
So that's what I'm trying to tell you. We operate differently.
No, you can't say that though.
Why not?
Because what you're doing there, you're generalizing.
We'll have an event like that downtown Roanoke. They would pack it out.
I said we can.
We had it Northwest.
I said we can. See, the thing is that we theoretically, and because now we getting off. We're not even on the same thing. Because what we were talking about,
I said it worked for them. But yet I said you went to their event that was already established and intermingled into their.
Did you come to my black event last year?
No, I didn't come to it. I didn't come to a lot of people's black events because I just didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, or either I saw that there was no.
So how do you fix it then?
You know
right. So how do we fix it? Because what if everybody felt like you feel?
That's why the results are the results that they are. Because, like I said, it's just like high school. High school never changes when you go to a business or whatever. If you're popular in high school and you do a business, 9 times out of 10, people are gonna support you that fucked with you in high school. And if you're in high school and you was a cornball or you was this and that and you do a business, your shit is gonna reciprocate the same way unless your statures had changed since then. Whether you got money or you the dope boy or you done did some big successful thing, outside of that, you still are being looked at as that person. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
It has never changed. I hate that because I was called cornball all my life in school. So I know what that avenue is, you know what I'm saying? But that's how it works. And you see that when people do events. Now, what's the difference in having an event packed out 5,000 people downtown at a hip hop event, but then you have a fashion show and this other shit, and it's not like that? What is wrong with that? What is wrong with that? You know
so that's what we initially trying to talk about, but I think we got a little far for that.
But even still though, so you got to ask yourself that, like, so.
No, I have, and I've got answers.
So what is wrong with so why aren't they coming to that? Is that because you didn't advertise correctly, or is it a personal thing? Because Roanoke deals off personal experiences, whether it's the 6 degree of separation, like, I know your baby mama and baby daddy and blah blah blah, and you was my cousin. I don't like you, and that shit reciprocates with support. And
is that just in Roanoke?
That's how Roanoke. That's all over the world. That's how it does.
So that's where we're getting confused at, bad.
But Roanoke is small, so at the same time, you take that same idea and then put it in a small fishbowl. It's gonna be worse.
It's gonna be concentrated.
It's gonna be worse. So if you go to Atlanta, DC, Florida, you got 2, 3, 500,000 monkeys that you can intertwine with, and you might get 1,000 of them. But in Roanoke, if you're doing an event and people are going out, there's probably 600 people that go out on a consistent, consecutive basis, whether they packing out this bar, that hookah spot, or this other spot that's in the hood. About 600 people. So how can you expect 15 to 2,000 to come out when only that amount comes out on a weekly basis? You know what I'm saying?
I love it, man. And this is what we're here for, man, to have these type of conversations. Brother Mike, man, I am so glad that you came here and talked to me, man. And again, this was not to be personal, because this one thing, I feel like we're only going to be able to fix these things by having these conversations. Brother, man, like I said, I'm glad we got into it. It got to discuss this thing.
On a show like this, I've been waiting on your show to be like
this. That's it. So that's what we do.
That's what I was saying as far as what people like and what people don't like. I understand their sponsors, and you got to tiptoe on eggshells for certain things. It makes sense, but you got to give people what they want. You can't really be, you know what I'm saying, like phooey and heck and shoot and oh my no, you can't really do that, because that ain't what people want.
Well, let me tell you something. The thing that's strange about that, to go on those other networks, that's exactly what you have to do.
Yeah, but they saying shit on 10 now, so you know
they ain't saying on the shows that we talking about go be on and try to advertise with. So therefore,
so you're saying like those. I know exactly what shows you're talking about, because I get it, because people are popping up on there left and right, blah blah blah, on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying?
And works. We feel like
I've
that's
been
what
on there several times. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, and that's fine. No, what I'm talking, and I'm just what I'm saying.
It works on their side.
Whose side?
On the Caucasian side, because they used to come to me, oh, Michael, I seen you, But black people, they don't watch that, you know what I'm saying? So at the same time, it's like, if you want to get them to come over there.
Now that's what you said. So now
they watch
we could have what do all this
slots like that.
What we could have did to prevent from all this, and just say, if you want the
we have to venture to the Instagram, Facebook, and you gotta give them what they want. You know what I'm saying? Like
I guess my difference in that is feel like I am unapologetically black man, and what I've done have come with my product. And where people say that it wouldn't be and can't be, bro, we doing it, man. We all right. So hold on, and that's not to be no brag and try to own it. And the thing is that most of the things that people keep saying hypothetical, now really all it takes is for us to now continue to do what we're doing, and everybody start doing the same, because little by little we will now start seeing that happen. We gotta go to a break, man. We've been on here with it, man. But brother, I appreciate this, because this is good. Any last shout outs, anything you got coming up you want to let the people know? Come back to the mic though, man, because we got it.
Get a little heated in here.
I love it.
A little hot. No, I'm good, man. Just appreciate everybody that support NWO. You know what I'm saying? Get me to do their designs and everything. Shout out to my family. You know what I'm saying? My girl for holding me down. My 2 kids. Ham's Fine Foods and Roanoke, Virginia.
Oh man, that's what it is, man. The brother Michael McGeorge, and this brother got the same birthday as me, same birthday as me, man. So you know we was gonna really get into it. We're gonna do this again, but this is what it's about, man. We're gonna take a quick break and be right back to drive this thing to the midnight hour. It's right here at 45 degrees on Focus Radio. Keep it locked.
I matter because I help people every day learn about their medications and their health, and I matter because I'm a human and every life matters.
It's all in me. Yeah. I can be every woman with Brie and B. Fashions and accessories.
Go anywhere you want to go. Leave your transportation needs to J&K Tours of Roanoke, Virginia, and expect a hassle-free travel experience. Go anywhere you want to go. Travel without worries. Leave your transportation needs to J&K Tours of Roanoke, Virginia, and expect a hassle-free travel experience. travels without words. Visit us at jnktours.com or reach us by phone at 540-795-0381. J&K Tours.
When you partner with Bank of Botetourt and Virginia Mountain Mortgage, you're helping shape the town you love. It's where you live, your culture, your favorite things that all come together to make it more than just buildings. It's your home. We've been part of your community since 1899. Our local lenders are your neighbors, and we're here to take care of you, your home, your neighborhood. Bank of Botetourt and Virginia Mountain Mortgage.
Oh man, that was so fun, man. I appreciate Brother Mike coming through, man. Just because, man, it really is real, man. We really need to really deal with these things. I personally think that sometimes things are skewed to believe that it is still the way it used to be. But man, if nothing else, and this is not a toot our own horn type deal. It's just really the possibility, man, that there's more. Yes, for the longest, that used to be the case. And yes, theoretically, it seems like going that way. But how do you become the major if you never build up the minor? If going to the major right then supposedly the way, you never overcome. So we just keep on believing that and have proven that you can have effect. Every client that we've dealt with, every client that has ever got one of our packages, has got at least one customer. And the strange thing about it, most times they got two. Because just about every client that comes our way, we do business with them ourselves. And so the new focus is that if now, instead of playing against trying to run with the machine, the new focus is give love, man. Give it out. And watch it come back. Stop thinking that you need to be dominating everything in order to have an effect. Everybody's not going to be billionaires. But man, if we can get a couple more people, we brought 3 people up in their salary range last year. We got 3 people. I personally didn't need to come up no more. I'm fine with what I get for what I get. But we brought 3 other people up into a different tax bracket from doing this and grabbing more people to support it little by little. Taking those presuppositions, those theoretical things that we don't support and all that, and making sure that we did. And if now you, not even talking about some other people, everybody who's still here with me, if you become one of those people, we got one more. 1,000 True Fans, man, can get any business to be able to be self-sustaining and do what it is. We can help you. We have the expertise. We have the ability to do it. We can get you 1,000 True Fans, but trust me, it's not going to be overnight. And I'm not going to tell you to go to one of those dinosaur networks that's on their way out the door. Hey, man, we'll love it for getting on NFE TV. Make sure you go to our YouTube page, man, and check us out. And, of course, you saw that Focus Radio and for 24/7 best music was going on, man. Advertise your business, man, with us. But more importantly, get ready for the concert series of your life that's been happening right here in Roanoke, man. The Take Back Our Yard Cultural Arts Festival concert series is coming. So make sure more information on that. The Daily Grind Show with the lovely Miss Erica Kane starts back up in the morning. And this has been the 45-degree angle with your boy Tommy P. In the late night, y'all. I see you tomorrow, all right? I always love to leave by saying that thing inside of you. It's not a dream, it's your purpose. Set your sights on your targets, hit them, because the only one that can stop you is you. Once you truly start to believe in that thing and walk in your faith, acting faith, God will allow it to manifest. And I promise you, it's not something I heard. It's something we're living every day and so grateful for. Being able to broadcast still 6 years later from the small city of Roanoke, Virginia, man, out to the world. It is the Daily Grind Show right here on Focus Radio. Peace, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right? The Bradley Free Clinic provides free, compassionate, and high quality.
The Sweet Spot Yoni Steams. What is Yoni Steaming, you ask? Wonderful question. Yoni Steaming provides detoxification and natural healing for women's reproductive organs. They can be used to heal endometriosis, cysts, fibroids, yeast infections, irregular and painful menstrual cycles, and much more. Yoni Steams can also be helpful for vaginal rejuvenation, and many women use them as a form of meditation. Get your Yoni steamed at the Sweet Spot now on Facebook.